Today, I'm using 2 wrenches. Let's get at this.
I've had this notch tree puller for a bit and I want it off this pallet and pulling trees. I am eager to get using it.
Well, it took me a bit. I want to get this going. Let's see if we can free this. I don't know how you get through these metal straps. Not with bolt cutters, that's for sure. Strike one. Let's use some tin snips. That went better. Make sure that didn't explode in my face. Awesome. Let's free the cables. Some zip ties. Nice. So when ordering this, they asked me how long I wanted my hydraulics. You know, it's kind of a tricky one. I just want them out of the way. I like to use a bungee cord and tie this off to the cross member of my front end loader. Got to get rid of these 2 male heads though. So 2 wrenches, that's what it takes, but I got to figure out which line that I want to do that with. So looking at my Grapple, it was the butt end that I have going to the larger female coupler. So I'm going to try to copy that, and hopefully when I run my things, it'll do what I want it to do. Otherwise it'll just be backwards. No big deal. That is a pretty beefy cylinder, I would say, in there. Prince, I guess it's called. They did put a nice cover on here. I do like that. Maybe it'll protect it a bit from a tree or a raccoon. Who knows? So the longer one is the one that I want to become female. Everything's falling. So let's get in here with 2 wrenches. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Come on. I knew they'd be on there tight. There it goes. It's moving. It's moving. There we have 1 male Pioneer topping, and we are going to add on 1 female of the same type. So hopefully that works. So I'm going to remove some of this old pipe thread tape. I was told this is just ordinary pipe thread. So here we go. I'm sure there are many pipe tape experts out there that can correct me. I can just go somewhat heavy in the direction so when it's being threaded it stays tight, and I kind of go till you lose definition in the threads underneath, and that'll do. I'll probably put on more than they did, but oh well, I did it my way. Yep, beautiful. Now, didn't thread on very far. That has me a little nervous. Well, that'll do. They don't have a lot covering there either. Get that snugged up. Come on, stay there. It wants to really rotate out. I'd like to get that pretty snug. I mean, who wants to lose hydraulic fluid? And here we go. That's pretty good. Well, that went pretty easy. Now I gotta go get the tractor and the hydraulic fluid to top it off. Just in case all those feet of hose sucks in a bit, I ought to check and top off my fluid. And I've never done that before, so let's give it a go. Time to do the walk of shame and head up the hill to get the tractor. I need to get a good name for the tractor. I gotta start thinking on that. All right, let's get her. And boom. Tractor's down here. We gotta connect the quick couplers to these, but before we do that, I want to hit some of these Zerk fittings, the 3 pivot points, with these nice yellow stickers. And then I might even try to hit a couple on the front end loader. That's something I probably don't do frequently enough, as we all should. So here we go. Let's grease some points. My only DeWalt tool. So let's see if we can fit. And oh, that's tight. That's hard to get to. Oh, I think it snapped on. Let's give it some. Well, that was a lot of grease. It looked like it went in, but I didn't see it come out of any of the pivot points. So let's look around and hit the other ones. Well, I don't see any from that other, but let's snap this on. Give it some. Now that one's moving. There we go. John Deere green coming out. And the last point in the jaws of death, that one's easy to get to, like that. Whoops, except for I'm not on. There we go. And I would imagine this will take a bunch, because it's a pretty long cylinder. I'd say that ought to do. I might go back just one more time to that first one, just to be sure. What do? Do you leave your grease on the nipple? I've heard both. Get rid of it, keep it on there. I just don't like big globs. I'm gonna try this one more time. I like it when I see it come out. All right, I think I'm on. That's a lot of grease, or should be. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Said I'd hit the front end loader real quick. And that will do it. This next part's the part that I'm, how shall I say, nervous on. I am going to get into the cab and lower my 3-point, so I should be safe-ish. So I've seen some videos where on the back of the PTO down here, that there'll be like a little sight glass, but I don't see anything. So I don't know how to check the level of the hydraulic oil, which is also the transmission on this. My farmer neighbor said, open the cap, and isn't there a dipstick under there? And I said, I don't know, good question. So let's find out. This right here is the hydraulic fill. Hopefully it's got a dipstick. We are gonna go the opposite of tighten and hope it doesn't blow in our face. The cap looks loose there, so I'm gonna wiggle it, and voila, look at that. Wow, that's a dipstick. Wipe it off, and we look empty, which scares the bejesus out of me. Dip it in, and no, that's not true. We are full all the way. So I'm not feeling bad. I think that's me right there. Yeah, we're above the full line. So we are golden. That's a great thing, considering I haven't checked that ever. And I should. And that's a good sign. So let's mate the tractor up to the tree puller and see what happens. I kind of like the design here. I'm noticing, you see how it's kind of trapezoidal? Let's give it a go.
Always embarrassing, but
We're gonna scratch the paint off here.
with the new equipment, it's kind of hard to see the shoes from the seat of the tractor. It was a struggle to get it on the first time.
There we go. Boy, that was rough. I was just starting to think these were non-standard fitting or something.
Now I just have to lock down the quick attach,
That worries me. Why don't we fit?
but it doesn't seem to want to go.
God darn it. Okay, I see why. Because there's a gap in there and I didn't flatten it out enough. So up she goes.
Higher and tilting it back more. First time lesson.
Let's try that again. Beautiful. Next is my 85 feet of hose. Yeah, that's way too much. I think we're just gonna go behind, loop it, and call it a day. So if I can do this without getting any grease on me, that'd be nice today. I'm a little under the weather. This is wearing me out. I'm calling in a special tool. This is a tool you've seen on a couple other channels by X-Boom, and it's a hydraulic coupler. I haven't used it a whole lot, but I've used it a bit. Here and there, it's pretty darn priceless. The trick is knowing when I need to use it, because I'm usually exhausted by then. It just slides onto the couplings, and then I can focus just on getting that collar back, and it pushes it in, and there we go, we're on. That was pretty easy with that. One more. I don't like being under the fell, but I said this in my video a couple weeks ago. When I get tired, I start making bad decisions. It's not the most brilliant. However, I feel like I'll live. Hopefully. Sometimes it's tricky. They slide around until you can get that pressure on them. Collar's back, and it went right in. Off. There we go. We got two nice connections. What can I say? X-Boom. That is heavy, heavy duty, and it worked pretty good. If any of you fight with hydraulics like I do, I'll leave a link in the description to that. It could be handy. Well, let's see what this can do. Let's pump some hydraulic in there. Open. Close. Nice. I don't see any leaks. And of course, it is kind of backwards of what I was hoping, but we'll get to that, not today. So it's a little hard to see over the edge, that's for sure, but it's light out there. I mean, this tractor can definitely hold it. So I'm kind of going by feel. Now I think I go backwards. Yeah, there we go, we bit it. We saw it move. There we go.
So this is probably about a 2.5-inch diameter little tree, a cedar,
Well, look at that.
and I was really amazed
Up comes a whole tree.
how easily it popped out
And there's my root ball.
with the tractor only idling.
Oh, I like it. This is gonna be sweet.
So I've got to work on getting the earth off the root ball, but wow, this is fantastic. So I've got to try again on the cedar tree right next to it, or whatever scrub brush that is. Unfortunately, this one started to pull, and then due to that little twist right there, I think, I snapped it. So that's a learning experience I learned from watching the film. Now, this is no grapple, so it just moves one stick at a time kind of thing. But wow, I'm going to have some fun with this.
Well, I'd say I'm going to be doing a lot with that, so we'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to show you everything this can do. Hope you're having a great week. Thanks.